Hi everybody, I'm Josh Constine with TechCrunch TV, and today I'm here with Adam Archer, the co-founder of GamesThatGive, a social gaming company that helps charities and then recently sold to Facebook page management company Vitru. Adam's going to tell us a little bit about how he came up with the idea for GamesThatGive during an inspirational journey through Africa, and then tell us how he came to sell the company to Vitru and what advice he has for entrepreneurs. So Adam, how'd you get started? How did the idea first come to you?
So I studied computer engineering and took off after college and backpacked for about 2 years overseas. Went through good parts of South America, good parts of Asia, good parts of the Middle East. And I finished up the 2 years by traveling about 8 months overland through Africa, just hitchhiking and walking. And that's really where the inspiration came in for the idea. I wanted to help people.
Great. And so what kind of company did you form?
So we created a for-profit company called GamesThatGive that donates to charity while people play video games. So we went out, we signed up big brands, and as people play the games, more money goes to charity. And we can do that in a variety of different ways. So we've launched games where, get to level 3 and you'll vaccinate a child for polio, or, earn 1,000 points and you create a meal for a hungry child. So there's lots of different ways we integrate kind of charitable giving into gaming.
And how was it recruiting for a business that was really trying to help people and also like building that business up into something that could become an acquisition target?
Yeah. So I think the story behind GamesThatGive and how we founded it, we wanted to help people. The story of backpacking around the world and the traveling really resonated with people. And they shared our interest in wanting to help others. And so I think here in the Valley, it's always difficult to recruit talented engineers and designers, but that certainly gave us a leg up, especially when we were able to raise the kind of funding that we were able to raise. So all in all, I think recruiting for us was maybe a little bit easier than possibly some other companies. We also started the company at a time in 2008 where the economy was really down, so that also helped us in recruiting initially.
Great. And so how much funding did you guys raise?
So we raised a little over $1 million.
Great. And so then tell me a little bit about how you guys came to sell the company to Vitru.
Yeah. So, we really struggled for a long time, for a couple of years. We're trying to make ends meet, trying to figure out the business model. We had wonderful data around our games that we launched and how long people were playing and how viral they were, how much they were sharing with others. But we had a destination website and it was difficult to drive traffic to it. We had signed up some big clients, like Pepsi and MasterCard and Dial Soap. But it was really hard to kind of make ends meet. There was even a couple times where we, almost had to shut the lights down. But we kept thinking and pivoting, and our board was really supportive of what we were doing, our advisors. And so a little over a year ago, we pivoted hard toward Facebook, and we launched a gaming platform on Facebook that was very compartmentalized. And so we were able to very inexpensively roll out really custom games for our clients. And that's when things started to take off for us. So we had really a custom gaming platform with large margins on Facebook. And so that's when, a lot of the folks in kind of the social media management industry, like Vitru, became interested in us. So created a great relationship with Reggie Bradford a little over a year ago, about a year ago. And we built that relationship and culminated in us being acquired about 5 months ago by Vitru. And so GamesThatGive has become Vitru Games.
Great. And so when you're building a company around social good, how do you sell that to brands? And how do that seems like something that it makes sense for people to want to help out.
Yeah.
But like, how do you make that seem like a business, something that's actually a great investment for brands?
Yeah. It's all about the data. I mean, you can jump up and down and have great pitch decks that say, hey, people love donating to charity, but you got to show the data. You got to show the virals from the games. You got to show ad sales being increased. You've got to show increased brand engagement through the games. And once we were really able to put together those kind of case studies and that data that showed A/B tests between a game without charity and one with charity, that's when things really started to take off for us.
What do you think of the critique of social games that say that they're sort of a waste of time for people? And what are you guys doing to try to combat that?
So, I mean, I think it's valid in some cases. I think games are kind of a waste of time, right? And very, very often they don't educate people. However, our games are a little bit different, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of. I mean, we've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars through gaming. and it's money that never would have gone to charity in the past. It's not like we're taking money from a brand's foundation budget and giving it to charity. We're taking it from their marketing budget and giving it to charity. So I think our games help people, and I think that's one of the reasons we see such high virals and such high engagement in our games is because, you know, if you send a stream post to all your friends that says, hey, I lost my cow, you know, it's not really that interesting. But if you send a stream post that says, I just vaccinated a child for polio thanks to Dial Soap or Dockers, that's pretty powerful, and that's one of the reasons we see high click-through rates.
So what advice would you have for companies that are looking to get into the social good technology entrepreneurship space?
Well, one thing is make sure you're passionate about what you're doing. The second is it's a marathon, not a sprint. So take your time. I mean, if you're, you know, all great things take time. The third thing is surround yourself with incredible co-founders, because at the end of the day, it really just comes down to the founding team. The idea is going to change, the technologies are going to change, the landscape is going to change. Surround yourself with great co-founders. And lastly, make sure you build a great advisory board and get some wonderful investors that you really believe in and trust and respect, because it's going to be working together with these folks that you build a great socially responsible company.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Adam. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks for everyone for watching.
Thank you.